Episode 6, Around the Track podcast. All right, welcome back to Around the Track podcast. My name is Connor. I'm joined here by my co-host Alessio and two very special guests from Concord-Carlisle, Josh Pixley and Marko Kovacevic. You guys want to introduce yourself a little bit?
I'm Marko. I'm a senior at Concord-Carlisle High School. Started running early in 7th grade and had to make a big choice whether I wanted to do soccer or cross country in high school. Chose cross country and have not looked back since.
Hey guys, I'm Josh. Thanks so much for having me on. I've really had a good time kind of listening to the past couple of episodes, getting to hear Anuj and Caleb and all those people. So I'm happy to be here. I'm from Concord-Carlisle. I'm a senior and I'm a teammate with Marko.
Very nice. And these are two recently committed runners. Josh Pixley is going to University of Chicago for running, and Marko is going to be going to DePauw University. Is that right, Marko?
DePauw.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But both D3 schools in the Midwest. But from what I've heard, you guys are pretty excited about those two.
Yeah, dude. It honestly took a long time to narrow down colleges and stuff. At one point, I had like 20 different ones on my list. And it's funny because earlier in the year, like if you asked me 6 months ago, like what colleges I was looking at, they were just all in the Northeast. And then if it's only like 3 months ago, everything was just either like in the Midwest, the South, the West, but just chose DePauw. I was really like talking to Connecticut College for a while. And the last school that I kind of cut everything off with was Wartburg College in Iowa, and let the coach know, or the DePauw coach know, that I was going to pull up next year. And yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. Josh, how about you?
Yeah, the Northeast is always going to be my home and Massachusetts, but I feel like, we've got this huge country out there with so many different types of places to run. And as much as I love Massachusetts, I was pretty excited to find, a college with the different things that I was looking for that was outside of New England. And, I'll definitely be back here and I'll be visiting all the time, but I'm looking forward to having a change of scenery and being a little closer to a city like that.
Yeah, because you two are actually, are you guys in the same conference? Because I know you guys border states, but.
No, we're actually not. I don't know which one they're in, but we're in the SAAC. I don't know what that stands for, but yeah, no clue.
This is really weird. It's spread out all around. It doesn't make any sense, but I guess.
Oh yeah, yours is really spread out. I forgot about that.
Really spread out.
I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's exciting though.
Yeah. I'm going to run down a couple of your times and stuff, and then I think Alessio is going to hop into a question. So, Josh, I'd say more cross-country guy or track guy?
Yeah, I mean, cross-country has always kind of been where I felt the most comfortable. Track has kind of been hit or miss over my high school career, but I was able to throw down some pretty good time trials last spring, even though, you're not going to find any of them on mile split, unfortunately. But
yeah,
I like seeing different places, and as much as strategic as track is, I think that cross country is always going to be my sport of choice.
Yeah, for sure. Because your 5K officially based on last year, 16:21 at the Twilight meet, which some argue that's fast and stuff like that, but you doubled back the next couple of weeks and you ran 16:24, the divisional race for Massachusetts. So it's not like it was a huge jump, but that's still a good time. But your mile time isn't that bad either. 4:38 and a 2 mile time at 9:55. So definitely the higher distances. And but Marko, I don't even have to ask, bro. You're a track dude, 100%.
Yes, sir.
158 for the 8s, 232 for the K, 959. So he barely broke 10 for the 2 mile. And
yes,
16:48 I have you at for the divisional meet because you got a 16:06 at Twilight. But like we said, that can sometimes be fast.
Yeah, let's just say Twilight doesn't really count. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's be real.
But both of you in cross country, you ran your sophomore and junior years at the All-State race for cross country.
Yeah, it was pretty tough to get into the top 7, but we got in, ran all states. I feel like, at least like for me, I didn't really perform that well in like sophomore year and junior all states, but I think Josh did a little better. So he's a
Well,
beast.
there's a lot of pressure at Concord-Carlisle. The cross country team is really kind of a dynasty over there, and every year with these incredibly fast, talented runners leaving, there was a lot of big shoes to fill. But I think that with the training that we do and the culture that we've been able to establish, I personally was really looking forward to having some championships this year. But it's okay. We can just imagine what they would have been.
You guys would have killed it at championships this year if we ran. But yeah, if you want to get a little more into it.
Yeah, that's a good segue into our first question. I was going to ask, what were your thoughts kind of going in your freshman year at CC, kind of like moving up from high school? Like you mentioned the big shoes to fill. Like, did you kind of like know what you're getting yourself into? Me personally, like I kind of just walked on the team, like no idea what I was doing. But yeah, what were you guys' thoughts going into your freshman year of the cross country season?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of a big deal in middle school, and that's kind of what I thought it would kind of be like the same in high school. Obviously not, but I broke the course record for our middle school, and I was our number 1 guy. And I went into high school. I didn't really run much the first half of the summer, but then like I'd run a lot the second half of the summer. Ran like 2, 3, 4 mile days or something. I think I like thought I was like the shit. I was like, yeah, like look at me, dude. Like I only stopped to walk like twice. But yeah, no, like once I got there though, there were just a bunch of dudes in like splitties and like half tights, and everyone's wearing like sunglasses. I'm like, oh man, like I was wrong. Like these guys are the real deal.
You weren't intimidated by it?
Definitely, you could say that. Yeah, like a few of the seniors came up to introduce themselves, and I thought they're like kings. I was like, damn, like look at these kids out here.
Marko, I can one you up. After my 8th grade cross country season, I had the audacity to email Mr. Lynn and tell him I was coming to the team. I introduced myself as the captain of the Carlisle middle school team.
Dude.
No, I did. And okay,
Oh,
for those people who don't know who Mr. Lynn is, he is legendary, a coach that has produced some of the highest caliber athletes the state has ever seen. And here I am, little 14-year-old, ran in the middle school state meet and think that, Thomas Radcliffe, who was on the team at the time, like that I can measure up to that, and that I like am deserving of his time like that.
yeah, because Josh, I remember, because you live in Westford, but you go to Concord-Carlisle, and I remember 8th grade we raced against each other in a middle school race. I thought, holy shit, this guy is like the shit. He's got all these stretches. He's doing all these fancy warm-ups. I did like
Oh my god,
2 leg stretches, and I went out and raced.
You beat me though. You're the only one. You were the only one that year that beat me. So there you go.
I'll take props for that. But yeah, but you came back and kicked my ass the next couple of years. So
I just want to say for the record, I lost to both you guys at the Carlisle Invitational.
yeah, it's a tough course, but we won't hold it against you. But being seniors, looking ahead to college, looking back on your 4 years here, what would you say is your best season / like year of running in general, and why? Not necessarily based off of your times, but like what you learned and how well you improved and all that stuff.
Damn. I say like, I want to say either freshman year cross country. I know that sounds a little ridiculous because that's the first thing, but just like every race, I would just, it was like balls to the wall, man. I was going hard. Like I went out fast, like was fast in the middle, fast at the end. Like I was just like, yeah, but I didn't really learn. I feel like I didn't learn too much or like obviously I learned from like the seniors and stuff, but I just couldn't really apply much to races. It was just kind of going out and just hammering. But I feel like probably my best season would be junior year indoor. Like I feel like I just did a really good job in every event that I raced. Like I only raced a 2 mile once. I feel like I did good job in that though. Like I just came back every week and I was just always really focused before the race. And I think that focus was like just a really big like turning point in my high school career, I'd say. Because like in freshman year, I remember like this, I was just not focused before races. I was just like freaking out. Like I remember this one time, it was before the Twilight meet in freshman year. I was basically harassing our coach. I was harassing McCabe for like 10 minutes. I'm like I can't race. Like it's too hot. I'm dehydrated. I just can't.
It's too hot.
And then after 10 minutes, she's like, okay, like Marko, just go back to the tent. I'm like, no, I'm gonna race.
5-hour energy. I mean, that's what's gonna happen when you
I
drink
chugged a 5-hour energy. Basically, I just before race, a lot has changed in my preparation before races, and that's why I'd say junior year indoor.
For me, it would have to be sophomore year cross country, and not necessarily that the times that we ran were, too fast or anything. There were some pretty good times, and there was a lot of improvement from freshman year, but just, the bloodbath getting onto that varsity team with so much talent on that team. And I think that was really the year that I kind of learned to be disciplined in the way that I was training. And, we really grew together. And that experience of having lanes last season and winning this all-state championship, and I'm never going to forget that feeling with, raising the trophy up over my head, the feeling of the police escort on the way home, just driving so fast down the highway. And I, honestly, I'd like to think that I contributed at all in that race, but it was not necessarily true. But just the experience of being part of that incredible squad that's always going to have that banner up in our gym because of our win there.
Must be nice. Do you want to do the next one?
Yeah. I think this one's directed. Did you have this one directed at anyone? These are Connor's questions for the listeners' discretion.
Yeah, I'll do this one. You can do the next one. But so Josh, like I went back to like 8th grade when we raced cross country. Like I said, like you seem like you were like the shit. Like you knew all the thing. You were a natural leader then. You feel like a natural leader now, and you too, Marko. Was that always you? Like, was that leadership and like kind of drive always in you, or was it more cultured into you? Because like you said, that culture of CC being that winning team, that like undefeated like powerhouse in cross country and track, like did it wear off on you, or did you come into the program like that?
Well, I can start on this one. So for me, the way that I started running is actually probably not the way anyone else in this league started running. When I was a really little kid, I had pretty chronic asthma that sent me to the hospital pretty often. And there were a lot of different therapies that we tried that didn't really work. And the doctor suggested that I try running. And so in 5th grade, I was by far the slowest person on the team. But, having those role models, having Chris Radcliffe and Gabby Walsh and having, the memory of Thomas still there in Carlisle, and kind of slowly rising up through the ranks and realizing that, I'm pretty okay at this. I'm pretty good at this. Have both of those experiences at being at the bottom and being towards the top, I think that it's given me a different perspective that's allowed me to lead in a way that's a little more kind of whole thinking.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. Nobody's ever started running like that, but that's like sick that you came up from that and you, like I said, went to all states, put down some killer times, and now you're running in college. Marko, how about you?
For like in terms of like leadership and stuff.
Yeah, leadership and like that drive that you guys have like in the team to just go and get.
I feel like for me personally, I'm someone like who in the past has definitely thought like more about myself and stuff, which like obviously isn't good. And I feel like once I was like a captain, not that like we really weren't able to do much as captains because we'd always come back really late from the runs and we'd have like the pods and stuff. But I feel like in like junior year, especially during like quarantine and like senior year, I kind of like stopped like paying attention to like how like just I was doing. And I started like checking in with like the freshmen that are now sophomores. And I always wanted to make sure that they were doing all right. So I just started focusing more on other people, and I continue to do that now, but I feel like I still have a long way to go.
Yeah, I'd love to speak to that for a second, if you don't mind. I know that you got all sorts of questions, but
No. Go into whatever you want to talk about. This is like your guys' time.
Do it.
Coming out of that kind of quarantine season we had last spring, there was kind of a great, maybe the fear wasn't as much for other people, but I was afraid that we were going to lose kind of that the team culture and the spirit that, you know, had been instilled in us so early on that first day of freshman year when Marko's talking about with, you know, team building activities that went far beyond, you know, the kind of menial stuff that we did with icebreakers and stuff like that.
Like Bickford's, dude.
Like Bickford's, yeah. And so and you can't do that. And Bickford's doesn't even exist anymore. Bickford's is closed. But what we were able to do, and I think that this was one of the reasons that we had a team that ran the highest summer mileage that, you know, by far that this team has ever recorded, is that the captains and I got together. The captains and I got together and we divvied up the team into kind of subgroups. And so rather than trying to keep tabs on everybody, in such a difficult time, everybody was responsible for maybe 5 or 6 people that met weekly, and we were able to kind of, you know, keep the spirit alive so that next year's captains will be able to keep the ball rolling, I think.
No, that's a great way to look at it. Like you said, like continuing that culture through the team. I think that's probably one of the most important things that captains like of any high school team need to be able to do, not just like lead and be successful. You want to get that next one?
Yeah, actually, I'll continue on that point. Do you think what has and what hasn't worked in terms of like team cultures between like the age gap between freshmen and the seniors? Because sometimes there's a little bit of a disconnect right there.
That sounds like a Josh question. I'm not gonna lie. Josh,
To be totally honest, it's kind of strange because I actually feel pretty well connected to the freshmen. I don't feel quite as well connected to the sophomores for some, and there are some, and that's not true across the board, but I think that grades or you know, years of grades develop their own culture, and the team has to work with that. But I think that we've got a lot of leadership in the underclassmen, and if they're looking out for the freshmen and we're looking out for the freshmen and everybody's looking out for each other, then even if we can't run with each other, which is kind of rough right now with the pods, there's enough kind of communication between groups that we can still, I don't know what I'm trying to say, still keep the team culture going.
Yeah, it comes back to what we were talking about your job basically to instill and basically show people coming through this program what it's all about. But who should the DCL be looking out for? Who should the state be looking out for next year? Because you guys are losing you two and James Boyle, and I think a couple other guys.
Yeah, no, we're losing kids, but I feel like just every year we just have more guys, and it's pretty insane. Like they do their mileage, man. They do their mileage, and a lot of the sophomore class that is then going to be the junior class, so class 2023. Those guys, like, if they get their stuff together, because lately they've just been like slacking. Like, shout out sophomores, but sorry, they're really talented kids, and I think that once they kind of get in the right headspace, they're gonna be kicking some ass. And we got a few seniors that are gonna do a pretty good job too. A few guys that were like low 17s, high 16s in our time trial will definitely get lower. Shout out Wes, shout out Campbell, the boys. And yeah, no, we have talent, so we're not worried.
Harrison Dow, the DCL, the state of Massachusetts, and the nation is going to know the name Harrison Dow. And when we go watch him at Nike Cross Nationals senior year, it's going to be a good moment.
Is he a freshman?
He's a sophomore. He's a diamond in the rough, undiscovered.
He's actually filthy, dude. I'm serious. He just ran 16:20 and he was probably jogging. Like,
and you, no. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, shit. Looks like you guys got that title wrapped up for the next couple of years.
We'll see.
But speaking to that, like, what amounts to the success you guys have? Like, is there? Because I know you guys said like, well, we're not worried about talent. We're losing a couple of guys, but we're bringing a couple of people that nobody's heard of out of the wet works, and they're gonna kick some ass. Like, is there like a variable or something like particular that causes this, or have you guys just been getting lucky for like the last who knows how long?
honestly, I think I'm going to be real. It's just luck. And I think in the future years, it's not going to be luck because our program has just built up like so much in like past like 5 years or so, maybe 10. Yeah, but just everyone is just doing their miles. Like we had one kid last year, I think his 5K PR was like like 21 minutes, and he threw down like 400 miles. And we're just gonna like have like more kids that are just gonna be doing more miles in the summer. Maybe they're not as naturally talented, but hard work doesn't lie.
I'm going to disagree about the luck thing. I think that our coach McCabe has kind of, there's a lot of anxiety with Coach Lane leaving because he had this lasting legacy, but the way that she has stepped up to the plate and, and improved upon kind of the training and the regimentation of the training that we used to have has made it so that people are working out in the summer. People are working out these days. Right now, we're in this kind of dead season, but we've got a day-to-day plan that I think that almost all the team is following. And, when I go and I look at the mile, I'm not a captain this season, but when I go and I look at the mileage spreadsheet and when I look on Strava, I think that, the culture where underclassmen are seeing us running and we're seeing them running. And I think that when you have fast people on your team, you get more fast people on your team.
Definitely. One sec. What's the motivator? Because I know you both say like, oh, you got this mileage and like our teammates have just been kicking ass and just running this mile. What's the motivator for them to do that? Because I know like if my coach went out and said, Connor, go run 400 miles in the next like season, I'd be like, fuck you. I'm gonna do like 200. But that's just because it works. But that's just because it works for me personally. But going back to like, what's the motivator?
Well, I feel like one of the main motivators is honestly just for the love of the sport. Like, I feel like the more you run, just the more you like it. And if you don't love the sport, then eventually you're just going to give up. But a lot of the kids that we've had have loved the sport, and that's why they're going to keep continuing to work hard. Because once they start, they're going to be like, you know what, this is dope, and they're just going to keep working hard. So that's like one of the main things, and I'm sure my boy Joshua has another.
No, absolutely. No, I totally agree with Marko. I think that, you really get into the sport what you put, you get out of the sport what you put into it. Sorry. But I think that the other motivator for this year in particular is that there's so much craziness and there's so many things that are out of our control. And our coach is always saying, just focus on what you can control, focus on what you can control. And one thing that we can control is, I'm going to go out today and I'm going to run some miles, or I'm going to go to the track and I'm going to do some workout, like some reps. And so I think that, when you have something specific that you can control, it almost makes those other things that you can't control a little less intimidating. And, running can definitely be therapeutic, especially once you're used to it. But I think that that's especially true in this season and this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of my best runs I've had this year, not just because like you said, I got used to it, but getting out of the house and stop quarantining, like just the tranquility of just running on the roads or doing a couple laps around the track. Like even doing a tempo workout, you just feel so good after you like get all that like energy out of you and you just feel absolutely exhausted. Like the rest of the day just feels amazing.
Have you guys found it like how, or rather, I'll put it this way, how have you guys found like running over quarantine? I know like for me personally, I was like really motivated for like right at the very beginning, and then school, like they started school back up again and I lost all motivation until school ended and then immediately came right back. So did you guys, I mean, you guys are like pretty fast and high up there, so I assume it probably came a little more easier to you, but did you guys like really, I guess, prioritize it a lot and feel like it was something that was kind of easy to just like whip out a few miles, even though like it might have been, I don't know what you guys are doing back in like April or something, but like without just kind of guidance or just a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Structure.
No, there was just a lot of unknowns. Yeah. So you like didn't really know what the future held. Did you find it like demoralizing or more moralizing or more? my gosh, I'm just failing in English right now.
Encouraging.
Yeah. Did you find it demoralizing or anything, like having to train without maybe like an immediate goal in mind?
Or training in those
Honestly,
small pods.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like at least for our team, it just was not an issue. Like I know for me, it's like, okay, school's canceled for 2 weeks. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go for a run now. Like, cool. Like I just did not
Marco's
have,
got nothing else to do.
no, I have, dude, like actually though. And I feel like for the freshmen at the time too, like you'd expect that they'd probably not be as motivated because, you know, you don't have an outdoor season, but we're like, me and like Josh in our grade, we're more experienced. So like, yeah, we know we have to keep training, but to their credit, to the younger kids' credit, like they kept working hard and everyone was grinding. It was great.
Honestly, for me, I mean, this is not to like demean what Marco said, but it was really hard. It was really hard. And
But you still did it, Josh.
Oh yeah, we
put in
still
the
did it.
mud.
Oh, it was such no, but it was just a hard time. You know, I'm such a social runner, and we're so trained in this pack mentality and this hive mindset where, you know, I had an old friend named Will Crounce, and I could always tell you exactly how far away he was in the race because I could hear him back there or in front of me. And it was just like, you know, you get used to running with these people and you can feel them around you. I mean that sounds kind of creepy, but it's true. And so I you know, from March until May, I ran almost completely on my own just because that's what my parents were comfortable with until the summer. And it was really hard. But you know, every once in a while, you know, I'd go to the track for the workouts and I'd see my friend Nico there, and he would be out there in the rain, in the snow, and he's out there and he was pretty new to the team at that point, and watching him out there putting in the work and doing these difficult workouts. And, you know, it really just made me realize, you know, what's my excuse here? Like I'm a little sad that there's not as much socialization going on when I'm running on my own. Like it doesn't matter. You just got to go do it. And so I did, and we did, and, you know, we're here now. And so I think that that's really what's up.
Speaking of that social aspect, and I've said this a couple times, especially to you, Josh, that all-state race for cross country last year. I think you said it's something that your coach tells you to do. You run up on an athlete that's not necessarily from your team, but as you're passing them, like you pat them on the back or something like that. Because you did that to me. And I remember I told you, like, I felt like you're about to push me down the hill that we were about to go down.
I'm sorry. I love that. It's one of my favorite things we do on the team. But right before, you know, we had Will Chaffin on the team, who was incredibly fast and is probably going to listen to this, we hope. But right
On the
before,
MIA All-State.
Shout out. No, right before our All-State and our EMAS race last year, we went to this incredible place called Madison Field out in West Concord. And we practiced these chase back workouts where the person who's faster than you is running, maybe starting 5 seconds behind you. And when and if they pass you, they give you a little tap on the back and they look at you and they say, hey, you can do this. And it's supposed to be this little encouraging thing. And I know it's probably creepy. You know, I was trying to nudge about this actually, but like, it's just having that moment of physical contact through, you know, it's really, really easy to get tunnel vision during a race and a lockdown. And just something really small like that can really kind of draw you out and, you know, wake you up a little bit in a way that can be really beneficial during a race.
Marko, how many times did you get tapped in that workout?
I mean, like, here's the thing, man. I didn't really I don't know. In that workout specifically, I don't really remember much from that, but I feel like during All States, which was really what mattered, a week later, we had this kid who used to be on our team, Ethan Gina. He was our fast freshman. He ran 16, 18 at Rentham, but he just kind of tapped me, and then like I was like, "Oh, what's up, dude?" And he just blew by me. So that's really the only memory I have from there. But yeah, and when Josh James and Will Crounce, who's now graduated, they were doing it at EMAS, and I was just like chilling, like 50 meters behind them. So I wasn't there for that either. So kind of been caught slacking a few times.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That All-State race was one of the worst races.
Oh my God, I felt so bad.
I didn't even know. Everyone else went to see the course ahead of time, and I wasn't there for whatever reason. And oh my God, Nora at a mile left tells me that it's time to kick because I don't know where the finish line is, and I don't know how far into the race we are. And I start kicking, and I see that turn around the turn, and I figure that that's where the finish line is. But no, there's another field there. I swear to God, another 800 meters.
Yeah, it sucked.
Dude,
It was
Gardner
awful.
just sucks. Okay, yeah, it just sucks.
It was the
No,
worst.
so the weekend after, or sorry, the Friday after the weekend we ran divisionals, my coach said, I'm going to do my pre-race run at Gardner. So we're going to go over, we're going to jog the course. And that's going to be my pre-race, like run and everything like that. So we get there Friday. We drove all the way from Westford. 3 of my coaches and me packed in this tiny little sedan. It was fine, but whatever. We get there. It's like a 30, 45-minute drive. And then we get there and there's some official who's waiting on the course saying, fuck you, get out of here. You're supposed to tour it last weekend. And my coach is like, you mean the weekend that he ran to qualify for this race, he was supposed to tour the course? He was like, yes. So then I didn't get to view the course either. So I had to drive and get up at like 7:00 to drive there so I can actually like see what's up.
Jesus, dude.
Well, yeah, you were solo there, right? So that's
Yeah.
impressive that you. I
Was
mean,
solo.
Well,
Yeah.
another teammate was training with, like, he didn't continue, but he trained with me for that week and he came and actually supported. So that was good. But I had all 3 of my coaches there too. So it wasn't like I was alone, but I was in my own little tiny starting box. I had Brookline to my right and I had Lexington to my left. So I was like, fuck me.
That's
I'm
fine.
about to get dusted. But no, it all worked out. And like you said, I was in that tunnel vision. And then I felt a tap on my shoulder. I'm like, some jackass is trying to push me down this hill. I turn around, it's Josh. I'm like, oh, hello.
I don't even remember doing that, but I'm glad it left an impression.
Sounds like a Josh thing to do.
I don't know. That was a race.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a decent race, but I was actually looking at results. And Josh, did you really get 56 both sophomore and junior year at the All-State race?
Don't even at me, man. That was really, oh my god, it was. And oh my god, and in the sophomore one we ran so slow too, and so the fact that I got the same place is like it's just insult to injury.
To be
But,
fair, didn't you have like a problem with like your lung or something? Like something was wrong, right?
yeah, I had some problem. I don't remember what it was.
You were like sick or something. I don't know.
I was just coming back. What I remember from that All-State race last year was that we all waited to take our sweats off because we figured that they would say, you know, he always goes, sweats off, gentlemen. You know, he says that every time. And he said it, we figured that we had a couple minutes left, right? So we're taking our sweats off and he starts raising the gun and it's like, what is happening? And so I've got like underclassmen behind me pulling stuff off of me. And it's like, I need to get all this stuff off. Chaffin is like trying to get his stuff off. He like runs the first part of the race with one of his his sweat pant legs still attached to him. Do you remember that?
That is such cap, dude. He didn't run. That is such cap. No, James pulled it off. James pulled it off him like
Oh yeah, okay.
right after the gun sounded. Like he didn't run with it for. God damn it, Josh.
Josh is just trying to hype up Chaffin, bro.
There's so
He's
much-
already a legend. He's got to make him more of a legend.
I miss him.
Shout
Where
out
is he at? Where's he
Marko.
running?
Darty.
Oh,
But he's down
so
in-
so Alex Craig's gonna be joining him.
yeah,
Shout out Alex Craig.
Mac Haddon.
Shout out. I don't know who else is going there. So yeah. Shout out Emma Karima, if you're listening. What's up? Who else? Yeah, I don't know.
A lot of shout outs.
A lot of shout outs.
Dartmouth's gonna be a powerhouse if that's true.
Yes,
Next
sir.
couple of
I
years.
didn't never to have to race any of them. So
Yeah.
Yeah, D3,
Hopefully.
come on.
let's go D3.
No, but I mean, we can jump into this if you want to do this part, the part about the divisions that we were talking about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but thinking about that a lot, like what we were talking to, just I mean, all the guys we've had on the past few weeks, we've been talking about like what they're looking at for colleges. So we had talked about that girl who dropped from, was it D1 to?
She ran at Indiana
the
University, and then she dropped down to an NAIA school, and then this past cross country season, she like broke the league, like the entire like division record by like a minute and 10K or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so-
oh, sorry. I asked the question.
Yeah, so like what were you guys looking for in a college? Were you guys like really set on a high level competition or so say like were you focused on like D1 where like you felt like maybe you could be pushed a lot, or did you want to be more in the mix with like a D3 school?
I mean, like, as I said before, I was looking at a lot of schools and I was like, I didn't actually talk to a D1 school. I filled out the recruiting form. They did not They did not email me back. I was talking to a D2 school, but yeah, plenty of D3 schools. And honestly, just like after that, I just kind of realized I want to go somewhere where I like feel like appreciated, because I feel like at D1, it's just it's pretty tough to do that wherever you go. So I want to, go somewhere and kind of
Yeah, you got
not
to earn
really
your
have
spot.
to. Yeah, I don't know, but I just felt like school was also really important, and ultimately I just feel like the decision was more based on like the actual school than the program. Like obviously I needed to make sure the program was legit, but it was more about the school.
Yeah, I mean, for me, when I was looking at colleges, just kind of looking at what I was interested in, I really wanted to be in a city. I really wanted kind of a medium-sized school. I wanted it to be something that was pretty research-based because I'm really looking forward to that. And I was looking for a place where I could run, but that running would be kind of part of the experience, and I wouldn't, I wasn't even necessarily planning on running in college until maybe February of last year when my coach told me that I should fill out some recruitment forms. And so kind of my top choices for schools were either Johns Hopkins or Chicago, because both of those places really kind of fill both of those, all of those criteria. But Chicago is going to be really interesting. It's cold, but it's going to be great.
It's cold.
Anyway, what I was going to say
the
is
one
that
thing, the one takeaway. It's cold.
there's this girl named Anya Krishnan who was one of the Yale recruits that decided that she was going to go to Chicago instead because she wanted to run D3. So I think that's kind of the same thing. She's a 5:15 miler. She's very fast, but I think that's pretty crazy.
All right,
What majors
John?
are you guys doing?
Yeah, I like do not know. Just everyone has asked me. I just do not have an answer. It keeps changing. So yeah.
What's been the most common answer?
At first I was thinking education, but I was like, wait a second, teachers like don't get paid. And then like yeah, shout out to all the teachers there. And then I was kind of thinking, like, what if I do something like business related, which is probably what's gonna happen. But then like the last 2 weeks, I've just been, what if I just did like a meteorology major and just chase tornadoes? That'd be kind of sick, but probably business, probably business related.
Marko, I'm so excited to be in your storm chasing van.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
meteorologists get paid even if they're wrong.
They actually
bro.
do. Yeah,
it's
they actually
true. Yeah, no matter
It
what.
boggles my mind. Like, oh, they
Oh my
tell us, oh, race day, it's going to be a nice, crisp 50 degrees out, sunny weather. And then you show up and it's 30 degrees and pouring down rain. You're like, what?
Yeah,
the
or even worse, it's DCLs and suddenly it's like 65 degrees and everybody has to wear masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I want to do something in the sciences, so I've been looking at biochemistry
Oh,
or
big brain.
Big brain, dude. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Molecular engineering is the other one.
Dang.
What about you guys? What are you
Well,
doing?
Yeah, what have you guys been like? What colleges have you guys been talking to?
So I got 3 acceptances so far to UML, Hartford, and Merrimack.
Beast.
I'm doing physical therapy, and I've been talking to the Hartford coach, talking to the UMass local coach just a little bit. To me, 15 minutes away from where I live, it's kind of too close. So
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm trying to stay local, like New England, but Springfield is another one that I'm like really interested in for running.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, same thing, physical therapy. But yeah, same thing with you guys. Like Hartford reached out to me, Springfield reached out to me. I reached out to UMass Lowell. So I had a good mix of D1 and D3 schools and whatnot. But I'm starting to see the value of running D3 more than D1.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just because there's not as much like
You don't want to have
pressure.
your hands
It's
tied.
not as sweady. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
You
I
want to
think
enjoy your time, you know?
yeah,
You can
Alessia,
be
you
a
were talking
student
about, I think it was you. You were talking about how like they lock you down, I think. Or was that somebody else I was talking to? Oh, AJ, yeah. AJ was talking about how for D1 schools, they have to basically lock you down and like sign you like at the beginning of the year. And we basically agreed, like Alessia and I, like they're investing in you. And you're supposed to be like the image of their school. You're supposed to give them like success so that they can profit off of it, which is a good thing and a bad thing. But running D3, you can still run against D1 athletes and compare yourself. But it's not as much. It's more relaxed and chill.
That's true.
Yeah, from what I've seen about D3, I feel like it'd probably be more of like a high school kind of vibe. You each kind of just like a bunch of people on the team.
Right, but you also get to race against the D1
right,
kids.
yeah, like invitationals. There's no limit.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, school. So I really just have been looking.
BYU.
Yeah, BYU is like that's my top choice.
That's a fast school. That is.
Okay. So the story behind that, basically, it's my church's school. So I would kind of always wanted to go there. Both of my sisters went there. And a bunch of my friends go there. That's not the main reason I wanted to go there, but it's a nice side perk. And so that's kind of been like a school I wanted to go to for a really long time. And then I was like, yo, like they have a track program. Maybe that would be cool to look into.
Hey.
And then I found out that they won nationals in cross country last year. And I was like, oh, dang, they're really good. That was before I really knew anything about like college running. So the current plan is just like go there. And then if I can walk onto the team, great. If not, like it's not a huge deal because it's D1.
You got.
Well, there are club teams too.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The club teams are really good.
We have a
too,
friend that goes to Villanova that does something there, right? Does he do a club team there? He ran a marathon.
No, Cam LaPresti does at UVM though.
Oh, I'm talking about Bobby.
Yeah, I know, but like I'm just saying, like
Shout out Bobby.
we know. Shout out Bobby. Shout out Cam, dude. Yeah. No, we've had guys that are on club teams for D1 schools.
And that's
yeah. No, I've been talking to one of the guys on the team there and just kind of educating myself a bit on their club team because I did hear that they have a good club team and a few other guys actually, like the guy I'm talking to actually walked on from the club team. So it's hard, but it's possible.
No, it always is.
Maybe someday if my legs decide to shut up.
Yeah. What was I going to ask? Quick question: NAU or BYU? we got to sell this debate.
All right, man. Like
I'm gonna say NAU.
NAU.
Yeah, NAU, their campus is so like that. Being that their track. Do you guys see those Edward Cheserek videos, the workout week ones, up at Flagstaff?
I have not.
They're
No.
a couple of years old.
Guys, come on. Gotta watch it.
Sorry, Jesus.
Workout Wednesday.
Halva.
I watch current Cheserek videos, not past ones.
I was watching Cheserek's crazy indoor mile from the Valentine invite a couple of years ago. I don't know why it popped up on my flow track thing on YouTube, but that guy can run. Oh my God.
Yeah, for sure. God damn, I keep thinking these questions, but then I'm forgetting.
Yeah, I guess I'll keep talking about the NAU BYU thing. That was just kind of a debate. Shut up, phone.
It was between Justin
I'm not
Lyona and
driving.
Alessio.
Sorry, my phone's giving me a problem.
Our team group chat would not shut up for like 2 weeks straight about
I
this.
blamed Justin. What?
What does Justin say? Which side is
NAU.
it?
NAU.
Yeah,
So I put a poll up on my Instagram story, just like who's better, NAU or BYU? And it was like I knew it was the most biased thing ever because all my church friends said BYU, all the real runners said NAU.
BYU is a better school. I mean, like no
that's what I was
question
gonna
there. But,
NAU is better scenery though.
well,
I don't know.
arguably better.
Utah's kind of
true
sick.
either.
Yeah, but it's like it's not
I
like
mean, you can just sit and watch Nico Young all day.
that's like in the city in Utah though.
So does DePaul have
Sure,
good
yeah.
scenery, Marko? Is that why you picked it?
They actually have like a whole nature park and they have like a bunch of trails there. So I needed to make sure I wasn't just running on like rural dirt
Asphalt.
roads. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited to
It's a
do
lot
a
of
lot of friends there.
But I was gonna say, who's the I think we shared this post, but the new recruit from NAU that's going to Hoka Oneone, the track
Oh,
team.
that's
club
What's
team.
awesome.
dude's name? Was that Baxter or whatever?
I'm
No.
blanking on the name. Hold on.
You can probably
I'm
look it
looking
up.
there.
We're gonna try and pull it up. One second.
Or was that Tyler Day? I don't know. I don't know as much about pro running.
Yeah, me neither. That's pretty much Alessio's job in
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, no, I'm the opposite. I don't know very much about local running, but I know a decent amount about pro running.
Yeah, but Hoka is like recruiting guys heavily. I think where's that guy
They
that
just
won?
recruited Zach Levitt just out of nowhere.
No.
Like,
Oh,
I found
yes.
it
That
today.
was so weird, dude.
Yeah.
I thought he
Why
wasn't
would
he
you
living
do
in a
that?
van. Like,
He like low-key quit running.
Yeah, there's a big like, oh, I'm quitting D1. It was
Like,
after like
yeah.
it was after like Ryan Trahan quit D1 or something like that. Another
Ryan
hit me
Trahan
too.
actually popped off after though. To be fair though, he's actually been pretty successful.
Oh,
You know who I feel
successful. I
bad
think you
for?
meant like
Like, just
running. I'm
in
like,
you-
he didn't run.
No, just in YouTube. Like,
No, I know, but
Would you
like,
consider that to be a sellout though?
yeah.
Yes.
Like Loki.
You know who I feel really bad for though? Who's the guy in the athlete special videos is not the athlete special that just kind of lives in his house? Oh god, he's
oh,
got
that's
the
Ari, dude. Like,
Ari,
Why,
yeah.
like,
honestly,
that
I don't
guy
know why
was there
Brooks haven't
watching him
offered
train. Yeah.
Brooks should just offer him something. Like, what? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he's sub 4. He runs a pretty fast 3K.
He
he's
has
just,
the
like, constantly hovering around Spencer. Like, just give him like a 1-year trial, dude. Like,
Like,
damn.
Yeah.
imagine having this guy that just comes and does all the workouts with you. Like, it's kind of the equivalent of. No, I can't think of something. It's like going to like warm up with the Patriots every day, hoping that at some point they're going to give you a job on the team.
See, that's what I'm doing next year.
Hey, I mean, there's a quarterback position to fill if you want it.
When I was-
We'll give it to anybody these days.
Bro, I was the running back when we played touch football in recess in 4th grade.
Yay.
And that's,
Okay.
I guess, how I ended up here. No, but yeah, the Ari, I think, has like the 3K indoor 3K record at his college, which I'm blanking on. I don't know if it's Virginia Tech.
Where'd he go?
I feel
Villanova? Did he go to Villanova? No, he went to
No.
Princeton. He went to Princeton.
He wants a Prince. He has the 3K
Hold up.
record at Princeton.
No,
Ari.
I swear he went. I don't think he has. I don't know if he has a record, but I know he went to
Hold
Princeton.
up.
Well,
It's
SEO's.
a Virginia school. I'm not sure what Virginia. His uniform
UVM?
just says Virginia.
Nope, that's
Oh,
from
did he go to UVA?
idiot.
Oh well,
Uh,
never fucking mind.
What was I gonna say? No, but I think recruitment for professional running has been down this year just
Mm.
because of funding and
Absolutely.
the coronavirus. So I don't think it's because they want to pass up on his talents. It's just that maybe they can't just give him a good deal or something like that or something worthwhile. Like
Right.
pro runners don't get paid that much anyway, but like
Yeah.
you still need to make ends meet and like have a living with this, like this, because you're committing yourself to like 2 a days, 3 a days. Like your whole life revolves around you staying healthy. Like your whole income is about that. So
Mhm.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about, we got the chance last year, right before everything shut down, to go see this incredible pro race at BU. And we got to see them break the American record, and the women break the world American record in the 3K. And we got to see Lopez Lamont.
was that in February?
It was incredible.
Oh, I was supposed to go to that. My buddy was racing for Army in the I think he was racing the 3K
That was the
or
next
something
day.
like
That was it was ridiculous.
Actually, I was going to ask you about this. I'm pretty sure you guys were in line behind me to take the picture with Colleen Quigley because Jack Carter took my picture.
She's awful.
Jack motherfucking Carter, bro.
Were you really behind us?
Jack
Did
Carter,
not miss us.
I was.
Anyway, the point is that someone asked, I think Ethan Martell he was a freshman back then, asked one of the Bowerman guys for a shirt, if they would give him a shirt, and they said, no, we only get one. And so
That's rough.
we only get paid what we need.
and so I mean Hoka has all that money now that they dropped Adrian Martinez, but it
Right.
seems like money is being spread kind of thin over there in professional running world.
Yeah.
What's your guys' take on Hoka's shoes? Like not the track team, but like the shoes themselves.
I feel like they're just like too heavy, man. Like I've never run in them, but they just look like they're too heavy.
They look
I'm
like
never
they
gonna
look like
try
a
it.
marshmallow to me.
Yeah,
A
I'm
brightly colored marshmallow.
yeah, dude.
Which
I
is
kinda,
weird because they used to make minimalist shoes, and these are just so built up. One of our friends got them and ran in them for 2 days, and then we never saw them again.
Who
I
did?
think
Was that Yohim?
Yeah.
Shout out Yohim. He got appendicitis.
He just got out of the hospital. That's
Oh.
embarrassing.
I'm gonna clip all these shout outs, by the way, Marco. I'm gonna post a separate video.
Tag everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to
Um,
get this podcast out.
Yeah, of course, bro. Marco's giving all these shout outs. No, but like I remember because Hoka, it popped up on my like advertisement page, the new hiking boot they came out with.
Oh yeah, I get YouTube ads for that all the time.
Yeah, but I saw it and like I don't read. I don't like reading. So I just looked at it. I'm like, that's a fucking running shoe.
I know, right?
Halfway up
Well,
your shin, bro.
Connor, what is your shoe of choice? What is
New
your,
Balance,
what's your
bro.
go-to shoe?
Bro, New Balance, bro.
Balance? Okay.
All the way.
Yeah.
NDH just got him.
He's like
Absolute
the
fire.
anti-Hoka. He goes for like the most minimal shoes you can find.
Bro, I train in flats. Like
No, why? Why would you do that?
because I go super fast, bro.
Have you
They
seen
fall apart after like 40 miles? Okay.
have you seen
Oh,
Zach
no.
shoes? Like Zach legit has like minimalist running shoes.
Oh no, Zach literally like doesn't have a shoe on. There's a junior on our team who's kind of an idiot. Like I wear like racing flats. He just wears flats. Like this thing doesn't even have like a clear
dude, come
bottom. It just wraps around his foot. Like it's just a piece of fabric that wraps around his foot.
0 millimeter.
Wait, what
drop.
kind? What kind are they?
New Balances, I think.
New Balance? Okay.
No, wait.
I have,
They're
no,
not New
I have no
Balances.
idea. I've only seen like
No,
once.
no. They're not New Balances.
Maybe like
They're
Sauconys. I don't know.
Adidas, because Josh has a pair
Nope.
that look exactly like shoes.
they're Sauconys or they're Brooks.
Where are they?
One of those
Here,
two.
I'll go get them. Shout out to Brooks Ghost, by the way. I've been wearing those for like 5 years.
Bro, my
Too heavy, dude.
top twit. Marco, what are you?
I'm like a big Nike guy. Like
Yeah.
I have not like the
Sell out.
Pegasus like
Yeah.
36s and 37s, but like the turbos, and I'm wearing Brooks right now, but it's like Brooks levitates, so they're like a good road running shoe. I don't know, just whatever's light and what's good for speed work.
I've
That's
worn
not
every
Saucony.
Ghost model since the 8, and we're up to 13 now. I normally wear them for cross country, and then I wore Pegasuses last year that were pretty good. They lasted for a really long time, but they kind of broke down. I don't know. It's weird.
That's what shoes do, yeah.
Yeah, it's just how it be.
Well, let's see if they like want to kill themselves when I tell them this. I'm gonna tell them about my freshman year, cross country shoes that I ran in. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't do cross country freshman year.
Oh, but you haven't heard this story? Oh, okay.
Maybe I don't know.
So-
Tell it.
So I didn't run cross country in 6th grade, but I ran in 7th grade. So I went out and I got some shoes. I got some Nike free runs.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
Oh, you're
and this is back in 7th grade, bro.
That's not
so,
good, dude.
so this is like 2016. So I got those shoes, wore them again in 8th grade, came into my freshman year, wore these same shoes that I wore in 7th grade,
God
and competed in cross country,
Oh,
races, training runs, everything.
Can you get rocks stuck in it? I had a pair of those, but they had like, I would always get rocks stuck in the bottom of them. I had thoughts on 361s.
They were good in their prime, but like they were definitely overrated. I had them for a season and I got through them fine, and then I got shin splints. And the more like I think about it, like they're just like I tried New Balances for a while, which were like pretty nice, and then I tried the Nike Vomeros, and I also like those. Like those are really bouncy and comfortable. And so like I went back to the 361s, and they just felt like I was wearing bricks, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that, there was a time when everybody was wearing 361s because no one knew, well, in this region, no one knew about running stores besides Mark's. And so you could always know exactly where people had gotten their shoes when you saw 361s. But because he will always try to, I hope he's not going to listen to this, but he will always try to sell you them no matter what.
I tried to go there because I was in need of some shoes, and
Dangerous.
I wanted New Balance, but the guy has like 2 New Balance shoes. I'm like,
Yeah.
they're like 880s and there's something else, and I don't like the 880s. The 880s, in my opinion, suck. It's probably the worst. Like maybe they've gotten better in the most recent models. I wore them in sophomore year, but it was a terrible experience from that. So then I went back to flats. I wore the Zontes and the fuel cells.
Fuel cells.
Bro, those things cooked. But since we're on the topic of shoes, we also talked about this, I think, second episode, about pro running and all these clubs and how the big brands like Adidas, Nike, especially New Balance, they own like 99% of the athletes, while the smaller clubs like Brooks and Saucony and Hoka, like Hoka's coming up, like we said, but what do you guys think about like salary caps? Because I think we suggested this, like how different like professional like football teams, basketball teams have like a salary cap of how much athletes they can spend on. What do you think about that for like pro running?
I think the problem is that the governing body for pro running is really kind of not centralized the way that the NFL and the NBA is. And so, when you think of the IAAF or you think of the USATF, it's so much more about organizing meets and making sure that people aren't doing drugs than it is about regulating the teams. That, obviously bigger companies don't have the same buying power as smaller ones. And so, you've got programs like the North Arizona Elite, which are a Hoka team.
Yeah.
They're an incredible marathon. They're women, but it's an incredible women's marathon team. And they had a really great showing at that marathon project pretty recently. But I think that unless there's a governing body that itself owns the teams, like the NFL is, a big blanket umbrella, then I don't really know what you can do about that besides making runners run unattached is the only way to actually make things fair for salary caps. Marko,
Yeah, because we were just saying, like you watch any of the Diamond League meets and stuff like that, or even the Olympics or World Championships, and especially in the U.S., like everybody's wearing that blue USA uniform sponsored by Nike. Everybody's wearing their Vic 3s. Everybody's wearing their what's the sprinter shoe for Nike? I don't know.
Bro, I'm not a sprinter. It's like, I don't,
Zoom victories.
there's like the
Yeah, the
Fly or
Zooms, the
That's for
something.
Vics.
distance.
the Viper
The
flies, the Viper flies.
Tempos.
Yeah, those like,
Viper
but you just see all those like Nike shoes and stuff like that on the runners and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's just a thought-provoking question, we'll say.
I don't know. And the problem, and this is the other thing, is that Nike singlets are so cool. Like when you think about the ones with the Thunderbolts, or if you think about the old, back when the Oregon Project was a thing, do you guys remember the oil spill?
Yep.
Those were incredible. And so you saw Craig Engels wearing that at the
Oh my
American.
God, I knew you were gonna say his name.
You wanna get
Alessio has like a crush on this guy.
What? No, Justin does.
Oh, Justin does. Oh, I
Justin,
thought it was
he's
you.
obsessed with Tin Man too.
Oh my God, it's.
Elliott. That sounds like Caleb's. Oh, you talked to Caleb about Tim Elliott?
We didn't mention
We
Tin
didn't.
Man Elite. Should we have?
Yeah.
Bro, so many kids.
Tell him where my $45 went.
Oh my God, that was so funny, dude.
What happened?
He tried to sell me a sweatshirt, and then I realized that he was trying to charge me $90 for it, but he'd asked for half of it up front, and I suddenly backed out, and he didn't give me back the other half.
Bro,
And then
I'm
it was
gonna-
like
I'm
quarantine,
gonna
so Josh just couldn't get his money back.
I'll send him this video.
Maybe
Bro.
it's
I got
just
your back.
maybe it's just a curse with Tin Man because Justin owes me money for running clothes too. He paid me like half of it and still hasn't Venmoed me the rest.
Okay, Sydney, what's his name? Sydney Gitabude? Is that his name?
Oh.
Yeah, the Tin Man guy, yeah.
He is so cool, but he is like, if there was a runner to watch out for right now, I would watch out for him. I'm trying to find his actual name. Sydney.
Josh, are you just saying that because he blew up on Instagram, dude? I honestly think,
No, dude.
dude, Tin Man's just like,
Marko.
dude, they're just like overrated. They're just like, I
They
just
are.
look
They
at,
have
like
the
their
coolest logo too.
no,
They're really
I
not
look at
that
their
good.
posts and I just start cringing, dude. Like, first of all, they're wearing like Adidas, and that's just cringe. And then, like, Drew Hunter is just like so washed, like it's not even funny.
How
And
about Centreds?
it's set. Well, he's not.
Centra's on
He's,
BTC.
he's on Bowerman.
All right, sorry.
Just like
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
I watched a few of their vlogs, a few of their workouts, and I just like
They're good.
can't.
They're good. Watch one of
I
their
just
older
can't.
ones.
They're just not good. I'm sorry. Like it's just
Well, how about I've been getting advertisements for Whoop from them. Their partnership with
Oh,
Whoop.
no, don't do it.
I get those like every single day. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
It looks so cool. It's so high tech. But honestly,
But there's no screen. I didn't see a screen when they showed it.
no. It shows up on your phone. It's like one of those Fitbits.
Yeah, I don't like that. I need a screen so I know.
Yeah, no, me too. What type of watches do you guys wear?
The non-existent.
oh yeah, Connor's like
Connor's weird.
like a old fashioned watch. Like what is it? Like basketball shorts. Just like
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I talked about this last week.
I
No,
heard
no
that.
ankle socks.
yeah.
No short shorts. No, I don't own a singlet. That's not my school one.
Dude,
Okay, that one I didn't know about.
have some
but-
culture.
Connor counts the seconds in his head going around the track.
No. So 1, 2. No. So our coach, Coach Denichuk, the older guy. I don't know if you guys have seen him. He's like big about if you don't have a watch, like he'll kick you out of practice. So when I was a
Ooh.
freshman, there was a sophomore. It was Foster, Nathaniel Foster. So he gave me his old Ironman watch. So I use that, but half the time I forget it at home and I don't use it because they say go out for like an X mile run. And I'm like, my watch doesn't track mileage. I'm just going to go off Henry and Justin and Alessio's. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Justin Audison is like the only one on your team that uses Strava, and it's really frustrating because
yeah, you don't know what we're doing, bro.
we do be liking to keep tabs on people though.
Justin ran a pretty
Strava's
nice
so
tempo
weird.
workout the other day.
Who did?
Checking out his Strava, he ran a nice tempo workout. Shout out Justin, dude.
Did he go?
Yeah.
Do you guys run up where do you guys run from the high school? Do you go up the hill every time?
What hill?
You gotta go up. You gotta
Forest
go up
Village?
the hill. Either you gotta go to Graniteville or you gotta go up the East Prescott Hill, or you got to go into town. I can't think of a way to run from Westford Academy without going up a huge hill.
Cold Spring.
Cold Spring.
Yeah, WA is kind of in a sucky spot. In
Yeah,
terms of
it's a
hills.
lot of hills, but Cold Spring is probably one of the more flat ones. That's if you're
Yeah.
going from if you go from your house, Josh, down Patton Road, right before you turn into WA, the street to the left.
By the old stone bridge. You know that trail?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
That's Bird
yes,
Sank.
that's off it. Yeah, yeah.
We run there a lot.
Yeah, we run Bird Sank a couple times. We'll run towards Groton. We basically like run in other towns pretty much. Like like you said, we can't really go anywhere in Westford that's not too hilly. I went to Nara Park the other day because I wanted to switch things up and do like an easy run. I was doing like 6 miles and I found this trail loop that like looped all the way around and started running in the woods. I told Caleb and I noticed this, and all of a sudden I couldn't really like determine where the trail was. And then some guy pops up on top of a hill with an orange hat on. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm running." He's like, "This is hunting grounds." I'm like, "Oh shit."
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
I went for a swim in that a couple days ago.
Yeah, we were actually there like about a week ago, not a couple days ago, Josh. Anyway, no, it was like what is it, like 40, like below 40 degrees, and Josh just like starts taking off his clothes. I'm like, dude, like you're not actually gonna do it, right? And he just jumps in and he gets out, and everyone is like,
Oh, you were in the pond?
I did.
Yeah, in the
It was
pond. You went in the
halfway-
pond, and everyone like all these like
Dumbass.
parents are just like, oh, you're so brave, like good for you.
You know,
Like, all right, Josh, dude.
any attention is good attention, right? I mean, it felt good.
Marco's just jealous.
I'm just jealous I'm going.
You know, all those old people coming up to me made Marco upset.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was fun. You know, it was just gonna be another boring run, and we took a little stop at the pond, and I decided that it was a way to liven things up a little bit. It was also pretty warm. It was not 40 degrees.
It was 40. It was 45 actually. I
Yeah.
remember it was a little warmer that day, but
It was nice.
there was ice like
Chris,
on the pond.
Cool. There was ice on the pond. Did you have to skate across the ice to get to the water?
No, dude. Like it was broken up by that point, but it's just
Oh,
like
okay.
it was cold, dude.
Marco's like, idiot.
Yeah, like come on.
Oh man.
Anything you want to talk about?
Hold up, let me check my debate topics.
Unless he's going to pull up some topics that we can talk about. But as that's going on, quickly, so you can like, what are some ambitions you guys got for college? Like some goals you want to reach?
Well. That's a great question.
Thank you.
I think for the first year, like obviously I'm not going to look like 3-4 years into the future. I'm just thinking of first year, I guess. Like I would like
Smart.
to get onto DePauw's top 7, and hopefully, I don't know if I'll be running the 800 outdoors. Probably maybe one more
What?
season there.
What?
Like, no, because like I'm gonna move up eventually. I know it's gonna happen.
What?
But hopefully All-American first year. I don't really have an idea of a time quite yet, but
I want to learn.
we'll see what happens this year. And yeah.
I want to study things I'm actually interested in. I'm looking forward to that. And the coach is gonna be running the 10K, which I'm not crazy looking forward to. But
Did he actually? No, Josh. There's no way you're
Yikes.
running the 10K, dude. There's
He
no
did.
way he's running the 10K
I'm running the 10K. It's gonna be.
Why you say that, Marco?
because he actually has like speed. Like, yes, you do, Josh. Stop shaking your head.
Is that
dude.
the-
How do you go freaking fast on the stride?
They're 9:53 speed. I don't know.
16:20. I have no speed.
No, dude. Like you can run like probably a fast 400. Like not like a 50-second one, but like you could probably run a pretty fast like 400, dude. Don't sleep on your speed.
I'm gonna be doing the 7,000 meter shuttle steeplechase.
All right, yeah, that sounds better. All right, that's it.
Well, you were both on the 4x8, right? Last year.
Oh, don't talk about that.
I mean, like
Why? You guys got third.
for
Who was
in
we?
what? Third and wait for what?
What are you talking about?
I
Oh,
saw-
What race are we talking
Yeah, the
about?
4x8. Hold on, let me pull it up.
At DCLs. Does that
Yeah.
count?
Oh,
the
dude,
state-
that 4x8 was trash, dude. Like we ran pretty well at divisionals. We had
No. You got third at the MIA D2 championships.
Oh,
Yeah,
last
we
year.
got third at D2s, not DCLs. At D2s, we got third.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
yeah,
not
so
bad.
oh, I thought you were
I
talking.
wasn't
Josh
on
was
that,
saying DCLs. I don't know why you're saying DCLs. Anyway, Aria ran
159.
159. Shout out Aria. Wes ran
Again.
like a 202 high. Shout out Wes. I think I ran like a 203 high, and then Chaffin, shout out William, ran like a 205 or something. He was gassed, dude.
He was like tripling though, so you can't blame
He was
him.
like, yeah, like just it's okay, dude.
Yeah.
He secured the bag. All right. Wait, those numbers do not add up. Okay.
No,
like,
they don't.
No, you
Shout out to my-
It
shout out to
said you're at 809, Marco, so 205 doesn't work.
actually, he was a little faster than 205. All right.
Shout out
just
to
a
my,
little, just a little.
state relay team where someone ran 224. You know, just don't want to
Jesus,
flex or
dude.
anything, but
That was so freaking funny.
Was that you? Oh.
James had 103 fever, and he might have been.
No, we had
Oh,
this
that
one kid.
sucks.
What did he go out? He went out and like
59 and closing like.
no, we did not go out in 50.
Yeah, but did he run with mono? Got
No,
him.
he went out. It was like 30, like 33, and then obvious it was downhill from there.
Which is not that.
Downhill from there, dude.
It was not a good race.
Marco was like, oh shit.
I remember watching it. I just like looked up at the scoreboard. It's like men's 4x8, like 8:45. I'm just like, no way, dude. They did not just run 8:45.
It was embarrassing. It was the most embarrassing race of the season.
Good
All
times,
right.
good times.
Good times, good times. What do you got for us on that pleasant note?
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about. Do you guys prefer training for distance or time, or just any other workout preferences?
Workout preferences. So like favorite workout.
Yeah.
Sure. I don't really know what
You
my
know
own
what?
notes mean, so take it
Honestly,
away.
I was actually thinking about this earlier, and I feel like if it's on like the right day, like if I'm doing a tempo in like the summer and I'm in the mood for a tempo, then yeah, that's probably my favorite workout to do at the time. Like I'd say overall, it would definitely be just 400s at mile pace. You cannot go wrong with 400s at mile pace, but
Good one.
I like 200s at 800 pace. Sometimes I like doing VO2 stuff or just 2 mile pace stuff. We just call it VO2. Sometimes I like doing continuous tempo. I don't know. It really just depends what I'm in the mood for, I guess.
Are you a believer in lower mileage or higher mileage?
I feel like I don't know. It really just changes for each person. I feel like I'm kind of somewhere like in the middle-ish. I don't know, like on the lower side. But yeah, it just whatever the person needs. That's what I think.
High mileage gang. I'll tell you guys a story. This
Shout
summer.
out Cam Dion, 100 miles. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Do
you know what?
not get me, do not get me started, bro.
You wouldn't believe what he did the other day. He did 80 mile. He did an 80-mile bike ride.
I know it's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the
What, are you
caption.
taking the whole day?
Sorry, he
No.
ran 80 miles, and then a few days ago he did a 60-mile bike ride, and the caption was, "It's like stopped after 3 hours to eat and go to the bathroom, then hopped back on."
What?
What? Like that's ridiculous, dude.
Man, I thought my
He's got a lot of free time, I guess.
I
I
guess
thought he-
so, dude.
Is he still injured? I thought he got healthy.
Yeah, he's gonna be running soon, I think. So
Oh, that's what he said in the
don't sleep, dude.
Oh.
Don't sleep.
I don't know, man.
bro. I'm snoozing.
I'm literally asleep. I've been asleep for.
You guys don't know this, but I've been ghostwriting his Out Kick Me page since he got injured.
Have you really?
No.
Oh, okay.
Someone has.
Yeah, I read the first article. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
He was so proud of it. He was so proud of it, and then
I know he gassed it up in the group chat, bro.
I know, and then yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna talk about that. What I was gonna talk about was that over the summer, like James and Nico and I don't know what Marko was doing. He's got his own thing going on, but James and Nico and our highest mileage week was over 60 miles, and that was ridiculous. And it was like.
Hey, come on! I peaked it.
I believe
Pretty cool.
mileage, and I believe that there's a direct correlation between running high mileage in the summer and running fast in the fall.
Well,
Yeah,
I
mute
mean, like,
yourself.
yeah, you need mileage. So, like,
Yeah, but what pace are you guys doing your mileage at for your 60 miles?
I mean, like, it just depends. Like, on like, if it's a
Yeah.
workout, then we do it at like goal paces. If it's an easy run,
Say training
anywhere
run.
from like
Training run in the
7
middle.
The Cape gave us almost day by day things to do over
Flat.
the summer, so there was no the guesswork was kind of taken out. Am
Yeah,
I right about
easy-
that? Did
easy
she do
to
that?
feel, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Let's say average pace for like a training run. Like you guys are going out for 8-mile training run. What's the average pace typically?
I mean, like, let's just
720?
say 720 for like easy runs in the
Weak.
summer. They're a tiny bit faster than usual. So yeah, like low 7s, really. Yeah.
I mean, we did that half marathon time trial, and that was pretty fast.
We usually hammer long runs, like not hammer, but like we go faster on the long runs.
But you got to go hard on the hard days. I don't know. I think that one thing for us though is that like we've got the way that we train and the way that we work out is before every, and this is probably true for every school, but before every workout we do the exact same thing. We do the exact same drills. We do the exact same warm up. And so when you get on that line, you know, you've internalized this thing. And so, you know, during a race, when you get on the line, it just feels like it's a workout because we've, you know, mentally, your mind is just preparing you the way that you've been prepared for workouts that you've done in the past. And I think that if you're talking about training for distance or training for speed, I think that it's about the way that you do that training that kind of changes the way that you perform.
Yeah, I think it's a really important point to kind of just like, I think lessen the nerves of race day. Yeah, no, I guess when you get on the line, like you're like, what are you really scared about? Is it just like blowing up or
puking?
Right. No. So I think if you just get comfortable with that feeling and like have a little bit of self-confidence in yourself, isn't like I've done this a million times, this is nothing new. Then yeah, no, I think it's a really good point you made there.
I used to get terrified before races, especially that sophomore cross country season where it felt like there was so much pressure. It would be a week out and I would be literally
I feel like more, Josh, fear, to be honest, dude.
Physical fear. And it was a huge problem for me, but I didn't have that last year as much. So maybe I'm improving mentally. I like to think that, but
I think it's just the pressure, to be honest, Josh. Like that's it. It was kind of a lot. Like it wasn't a lot, but it was just like we put a lot on ourselves, I guess.
Well, junior year, it kind of felt like we'd been there, like we'd done that. And Gabe is always saying, "Don't put things in front of you that make you think that you've arrived." That's one of her slogans. But I think that thinking that you've arrived a little bit just as a way to calm yourself down can also be okay to do. I mean, it's definitely, you shouldn't be saying this all-state championship is mine to lose, like certain people. But besides that, I think that it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of funny last year. Like, I'll DM you guys a picture, but the AB coach likes to take pictures at their meets and stuff. I'm pretty sure you guys know this. Mm-hmm. And he got a nice shot last year at DCLs of AB on the line, and then like at the left edge of it, it's on God, and then it's me mid dry heave. And this is when the guy's going like, on your mark, and you just see me going.
Dude, what are you doing dry heaving right before the race? Man?
Bro, I was in my ready stance, and then he's like, on your mark. I'm like, go. I'm like, ah. But then we go to all states, and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. I was from whatever the fuck I want. And I wasn't dry heaving.
That is a vibe, dude. Oh my god.
You know what? Such a vibe. You're just like, fuck this. I'm just gonna chill.
Freshman year Amherst, having those crowds on both sides. Well,
Josh, you weren't even there freshman year Amherst. You were doing cello, man.
Sophomore year Amherst?
Okay, yeah.
Dude, it's so scary. Also at Twilight last year, was that last year where the St. John's kid pushed me?
That St. John's Shrewsbury, yeah.
Yeah, St. John's Shrewsbury. They pushed me when the gun went off, and I fell on my face. Yeah.
There's actually a video on Josh's Instagram.
There's a video.
You guys want to check that out? Link in the description.
Instagram. Yeah.
All right, bet.
We'll be sure to repost it.
Of course, bro. Yeah, Twilight sucks. Freshman year, they put me at the 7th spot for some reason, so I had to run at the varsity race. And it wasn't even Twilight anymore. It was pitch black outside, and our box was literally single file. So I was the 7th guy, so it looked like I was spectating the race on the start line. Like I was so far back. And then we get to the fence, and they only opened one half of it. So I got shoved into the fence and lost like a good 20 seconds off my time.
Okay, but that's like low-key our course too.
It is.
Dude, your course kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie.
Bro,
our course is the best cross-country course.
I
love your course. Marco's just capping because he had a bad race. But
Marco's just a bitch.
Yeah, I guess so, dude. God damn.
Can we go back to that race real quick? You guys are absolute assholes this year when it came to
racing. You're never gonna stop talking about this.
No, I'm not, bro. Bro, I literally turn around. I lose to Josh. I turn around and I expect to see Marko, but no, I see the kid from the second wave who started 45 seconds
That was
behind
so
us
funny, dude.
finishing. I'm like, what the hell, bro?
Yeah. Well, and I heard Justin talking to James, like, James, what are you doing taking it out at 5:15? And it's like, bro, I mean, you got to do what you got to do.
we talked to our junior AJ who was racing against James, and he said at the first mile he wanted to die because James took him through like a 5 flat.
James, it was James's practice for DCLs. I mean, he pulled through then and he pulled through
Yeah,
again.
because he pulled
I
that same
swear-
shit at DCLs.
Well, yeah, I thought
Oh, God, dude.
Marko texts me, "Don't worry about what we're gonna do tomorrow. Just don't worry about it."
Whatever, dude.
No shenanigans, right?
I just want to say for the record, though, if you guys didn't know, I did have iron deficiency, which takes off like 3 minutes of your time. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay.
So really,
Sounds good.
Marco was running like 13-minute.
yeah,
What
but,
he's
yeah.
telling you.
Got
I
it,
don't know.
got it.
DCLs was a pretty rough race too. I kind of didn't want to. That
Marko,
just-
drop out, gang. Drop out,
Fuck
gang.
yeah, let's go.
Except
yeah,
I was like gonna pass out if I didn't.
I thought that Will Levy was gonna finally, like, literally, I was not expecting to lead at all that race, and I talked to Marco about just sitting because I'm not good at that. I always take it out, but
You took it out anyway.
I did take it out anyway. But literally, just having those two, Anuj and Will, right on my shoulder that entire race, it was not fun.
That front pack was nice though. Like it was,
It was.
two NS kids, me, you two.
It was
Actually-
fun for the first half of the race. Like we were kind of chilling. We were
Yeah, bro. Up until the hill. Once we
up
hit the
until
hill,
everything was fine. We're all just
Yeah.
like chilling, dude. We're relaxed.
Also,
Yeah.
all the pictures of the Newton South kids with their masks down is the most most frustrating thing I ever saw after that race.
Okay, like
Yeah.
fuck Newton South. Like as individuals, you're all pretty chill.
bro.
guys.
But your boy Candion, bro.
No, dude, no, that's the thing. Like he is my boy, but like them as a team, dude. Like fuck Newton South, dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, but it was. Well, I think Marko, you caught up. It was like the first half mile you were kind of back, but then you caught up to the front.
Yeah,
pack.
I know. I caught up. I don't know what I was doing back there.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, all right, I guess I'll just go up then.
Yeah, but basically it was all of us minus like, I don't know. You were back with Audison, and I think Caleb didn't go out as hard as everybody else
No, he
did.
didn't.
It was just a
He
nudge.
had a hard season, no.
Yeah,
No, he actually he did a really good job in that race though.
he did. He won, right? A nudge, like kind of.
No, it was like James, Josh, Caleb, and then just like 5 Newton South guys in a row. and yeah.
Yeah. No, but I remember Justin Audison was telling me like he was finishing on the track and all of a sudden he like noticed it was a nudge, like only 100 meters ahead of him. He's like, holy shit, because something happened to a nudge, I think.
Yeah, no,
no question.
Yeah, there's
A
probably
a lot of the top runners in the league like completely bombed that race.
Okay, yeah, that you could. What a shit show with the masks on during the whole race, especially like.
Yeah. No, did I guys tell you? I emailed
Yeah, you did. You did send me the picture of like the 2-page long email.
Yeah, I sent him like a good 5-paragraph essay to the AD that's in charge of cross country. I sent this to him on Thursday. Our race is Saturday. He emails me 10 o'clock. Our race is at 2 o'clock on Saturday morning. He's like, yeah, sorry, I can't do anything about it. Have a nice race. I'm like, bro.
But yeah, okay.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah, exactly.
I just don't know. The mask thing is and honestly, I'm pretty used to running with masks now, but then working out with them is still so awful. Like we had this workout on Monday where it was kind of a medley of hills and tempo, and just having to have your mask on it adds so much more difficulty. And so McCabe, she's got a spreadsheet where she's looking at the times that we're running versus the times that the fast people have been running in years past. And I just think that there should be a conversion or something for races where it's
Yeah.
For real.
I guess it's kind of hard. We don't really know what that conversion would be,
Right.
which is a problem. So are you guys actually training as a team together, or are you doing our own thing? Because ours is anarchy at this point, to be honest, in Westford.
No, we have practice Mondays and Fridays, which are optional, but we officially start indoor on the 22nd of February, which
Yay!
just should not happen because I'm not running on a fucking gym floor.
No, that's the other thing, bro. The MSTCA meets. I'm like, I need to get an FAT time for my 8 because my FAT time for the 8 is 2:05.07 from sophomore year right now. And I'm like, bro, that does not reflect at all what I can run. But do I really want to run on a 200-meter flat track with a mask on indoors?
No.
You'll either
No,
break your legs
sir.
or not break 2.
No, and at our school, oh, who was the kid at LS that got disqualified from the league meets because he went to one of those
I
backs?
think that was my guy Baxter, dude.
Yeah, so like
Uh,
there's a threat that that'll happen to us if we do that.
That's dumb.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous. But
doing a 2 mile.
no, but actually training with the masks. I'm not saying Justin Audison popped off because of it. Like he worked his ass off the whole spring and the whole summer. Like he absolutely worked. Like, I mean, he got shin splints towards the end of the summer because he's an idiot. He did like 10 by 400s like every Monday, every week. With like
Justin, come on.
in spikes too, I think.
Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got shin splints by the end of the summer. I'm like, this is what you get for running 10 400s and spikes every Monday. But he always had his mask on. Like he never like dropped it down or anything like that. And I think that had something to do with a lot of PRs and like a lot of like growth that he's had running. Cause I didn't really run with a mask. Like I'd take it down.
Yeah.
So I wasn't really used to, not only was I not used to running with a mask, but I also didn't get that resistance because we discussed how it's kind of like elevation training.
Sort of.
It's sort of like elevation training, but that like obviously is a key for a lot of people who actually are committed to doing it with the mask.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can have some. I can get to do elevation training someday. You know, nothing serious, but I
Experience it.
I'd like to know what all the hype
Not
is
like
about.
this.
You know,
Yeah.
it seems like it's kind of one of those things that people talk about so often, and you know, I just like to experience it a little bit.
I follow New Balance Boston, and right now they just have a girls team: Ellie Perrier, Emma Coburn, all those girls. But Coogan's daughter, and then Ellie, and then there's like 5 other girls. They literally go out to Flagstaff, rent a house, and they just post in their story all the time. It's like they're literally just living together for like 3 months. I'm like, bro, I want to do that. I'll take like 5 of my buddies, 6 of my buddies, just go hang out in Arizona for a couple months.
I was talking to Henry about that in like August. Like I was like, we don't have school. Like if we really like felt like it, we could just go to altitude. But I mean,
Yeah.
granted, there was a lot of other factors in the way of that. But like it totally would have been the perfect time.
Some people from our team went and rented a house out in Colorado for. I mean,
Tryhards.
they're college kids now, but they went on and lived there for a couple of months, just because they were all virtual. I
Yeah.
don't know. It sounds like a good time. They're all down in South Carolina right now. They're just really just getting to see all the U.S. I guess.
Yeah. But I don't know. Do you have anything else to add?
Not really. I mean, maybe we went for almost an hour and a half.
Yeah. I think, do you guys have anything you want to say or add? Shout out anybody else, Marco?
Shout out to anybody else. You know what? Let me actually go to Strava real quick. For
No.
a sec.
He's just gonna go through his kudos and be like,
All right. Shout out to. I already shouted out Cam.
Okay, and that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining
Okay,
us.
all right, everybody. Let's.
I'm just kidding. What do you want to do, real quick?
All right, dude. Shout out to Nate Lathrop. Shout out to Cooper Austin. Shout out to my boy Miles. Shout out to my boy Aiden Barnett.
he's actually doing.
Shout
this.
out to
Are
Marcel.
you gonna talk over him or is
Shout
that?
out to.
Yeah, okay. I think we're gonna wrap it up. But
All right,
thank you
we're
guys.
gonna wrap it up.
Can
Thank
I
you.
mute
I
him
could go
as
on.
host?
I could just keep going, dude.
Marco, shut the fuck up.
I can mute him.
Yeah. No, guys, seriously, thank you. Like, this is like a
Yeah.
sick conversation we had for like the last half hour and a half. Like, a lot of good insight. Congratulations on commitment. Good luck with the next couple of years. Definitely gonna keep tabs on you guys, and I'll
Yes,
keep in
sir.
touch. So,
Yeah, best of luck. Thank you.
Fantastic.
see you in indoor, see you in outdoor. Kick some ass. See if we can beat CC. Probably not, but we'll see. But everybody listening, tune in next week. Tune in the next couple of weeks. We got a lot of special people. We got college athletes. We got semi-professional athletes.
Ooh.
We got some nutritionists coming on. We got a lot of people that are gonna hop on the podcast and have a good chat with. So keep on social media. We're gonna keep you updated there. But you know the drill. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you very much.